Paulo, a young boy full of dreams, was born into a world that didn't seem to understand him. His family was strict, and his strange aspirations like writing and pursuing freedom were incomprehensible to them. To his parents, Paulo should become a lawyer or a doctor. But Paulo wanted something more. He wanted to live his stories. His teenage years were filled with conflict. He often felt as if the walls of his home were an invisible prison. Why doesn't anyone understand that I want more than this world can offer, he would ask himself. Yet every time he spoke of his dreams, his family would criticize him. Slowly, the light in his eyes began to fade. Paulo fell into depression, so deep that his parents, thinking he had lost his mind, sent him to a psychiatric institution. The cold walls of the hospital and the muted cries of patients around him haunted his soul. Paulo was subjected to electroshock therapy multiple times, a sharp and cruel experience that left him questioning everything. In the depths of this darkness, he would ask himself, am I truly insane, or is the world too blind to see my dreams? But even in that darkness, a small light began to emerge. He realized that if he wanted to survive, he had to fight for something greater. One day, he whispered to himself, these pains will one day become stories. If I must suffer, I will turn this suffering into something beautiful. When Paulo was finally released from the institution, he was no longer the same person. He embarked on a path filled with adventures, risks, and self-discovery. He traveled, learned, and eventually found his calling in writing. His books, like The Alchemist, were born from these struggles and his search for meaning amidst pain. Paulo became someone who understood that even in the darkest moments, there is a small light that can guide us forward. His story proved that sometimes our greatest pains become the foundation for our greatest achievements.